Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm your host, Dylan. You already know that. And welcome back to Ploopa Choop. Um, Dude, you look horrifying with that smile.
I don't know what to do. I'm always so used to like podcasts and like my little peeper's hidden so no one can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, it is a little
Now,
nerve-wracking.
now everyone's gonna know that I'm creepy.
Yeah, and smelly.
Okay, come on, man. Don't talk about that on
So,
live.
today, you're probably wondering what this is. What is all this stuff around us? Well, me and Backpack Comics, my co-host here tonight, who is a... Oh, we'll get into introductions in a second. Basically,
I'm a gamer.
we have like a little bit of a shared community crossover, and there is a meme in that crossover that's like when me and Backpack argue on video games, we're like two dads fighting with each other in front of all of our children. So we decided a long time ago that we were going to do a podcast called Dads Fighting, and Backpack took a break around the time, and then since he's come back, we just haven't really had the time to do this, and now we decided that this is a perfect time to do this. So Dad's Fightings will, as of right now, be a twice a month podcast where me and Backpack will just sit down and talk about, we have like one topic in mind for the episode, but it's mostly just going to be us rambling for the most part. So,
which we love doing.
Yeah, we do too much of.
Yeah.
Without further ado, one more time, I'm Dylan, and this is Brian, aka Backpack Comics. I met Backpack a couple of years ago. I remember seeing his content, his Gengar Gundam building, and That's thought,
an old one.
It is. And yeah. I remember seeing that video and being like, I am going to be his friend. Like, I'm going to be this person's friend. I'm going to work towards being this person's friend. And so, yeah, I like reached out to him and I just kept like commenting on his videos until like, notice me. And here we are. And now we're friends. So Backpack is a horror let's player mostly. He does itch.io games. He's had a lot of a boom here on small YouTube lately. Very funny. Genuinely one of my favorite creators on the platform, friend or not. And yeah. Do you have anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, philanthropist. It's like no.
Future world leader.
Yeah, no. But no, we met very fondly. I remember our first collaboration took to a game that we were not so fond of now, called Phasmophobia. If you're old enough to remember that number, we met, and I still have the video up on my channel of our first time meeting, and we were so shy because I think both of us really enjoyed each other's content.
Yeah, we were fucking terrified, dude.
Yeah.
If you listened, it's like everything we said, we were like, I don't know if I should laugh or...
I just remember I was like, I farted on my girlfriend, and you were like, you too? And it was like the Batman and the Superman thing. We're like, you're Martha?
Martha? I'm not going to kill you anymore because you fart on your wife.
But I really enjoyed your Little Nightmares playthrough, and I think the feeling goes both ways. I think both of us respect each other like a great deal. Your content has changed so much since you've started now doing reviews and such, and though I do always miss your Let's Plays, but I do look forward to your streams because I know you always got a game in store. But I was, the first thing that I watched was a Littlest Nightmare. It's because you played Bratz today. I'm thinking of all these old toys, Littlest Pet Shop and all that.
Yeah, because Bratz Forever Diamonds.
Yeah, Bratz Forever Diamonds for the Wii. But what was I saying? Oh man, the ADHD, it kicks in and then you lose all wind.
Oh, I think you were just saying that it's kind of like we started off just collaborating, and now we kind of like, it got to the point where I think it was a couple years ago during COVID lockdown, me and Backpack were like hanging out like literally every fucking day. Like we would just play video games every day, recording. Usually, like I would say like 90% of the time, not even recording.
Yeah, we hit it off really well. Yeah, I think. And I think that see, but then I get so political with YouTube. Like not like political, but like, YouTube I just get into and it's like, this is what a real friendship should be like on YouTube. It shouldn't be a connection that's just like, oh cool, I get to be on Dylan's podcast. Okay, fuck you, Dylan.
Yeah.
I
Just
go
give me
into
the
the
views.
shadows.
Just give me your views.
Yeah. A lot of people do that, by the way.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Anyway,
a future episode about that. I think. I
yeah.
think it'll be interesting. I like being messy.
Yeah, I love drama, man, but I hate being in it.
Yeah,
You
same.
know, that's like there's so much you could talk about. But anyway, yeah, we met and we hit it off really well. Phasmophobia really aged poorly. Like that
For
game
us,
really
yeah.
fucking died.
When we first played Phasmophobia, we were like horrified, and now I think
Yeah,
we've played so many horror games that going back to Phasma's like kind of boring. Like it's genuinely not
yeah.
scary anymore.
I think it's insane. Like I've played with a bunch. Like I've played with so many people on that game, and I've played it for like so long too. And I think Phasmophobia was just like the big lesson of like learn about your collaborators before you play video games with people.
Yeah.
And another thing is too, if someone is too good at that game, the game is so boring. The game is so fucking boring.
Yeah, I think that kind of goes for any game that's like multiplayer, like in a smaller setting like that.
Mhm.
The nuance kind of comes from people not knowing what to do. Like the reason Phasmophobia is scary when you first start playing is because you're like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like
Yeah.
that's what's scary is like the ghost is going to fucking murder me before I have a chance to like do what I'm supposed to do. If somebody's like level 5 trillion in that game, they're like, all right, get the cameras down, get the motion sensor down, and then it's like in 30 seconds before the ghost can even have an opportunity to move, they're like, I know what it is.
The ghost is like, fuck, stop.
Yeah,
Stop it.
stop solving my crimes already.
I really enjoy Demonologist as a substitute for Phasmophobia. I think Demonologist has so much more potential. I think the devs just need to fix like a few minor things. Like
Yeah.
the currency especially, and the XP system need to be improved, I believe. But that game I feel like is the new Phasmophobia.
Yeah, it could be. I think so. Speaking of games, the way these podcast episodes are going to be structured around a central idea, but we are both ADHD. Like we both have ADHD and we ramble a lot. So I also wanted to give us both opportunities because not every game can have a video be made about it. To just talk about games that we've been playing recently. I'll let Backpack start, but yeah, just like anything you've been playing in your personal time. If you want to talk about streaming, whatever you want to talk about.
The most recent game I played was VR Chat.
Yeah, it wasn't that fun. It was pretty.
Yeah,
it was rough.
it wasn't.
It was a waste of 30 minutes.
It wasn't. I think it wasn't because we did have our goofs, we had our laughs. I just think it is so funny that I will tell you my personal experience. I will tell you why I don't like something, and I'll be like, no, what? No, it's fine. Just hop on. It's gonna be fun. It was fun, but it's just like I can't believe it. I told you it's a cesspool of degenerates, and you were like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
no,
you just
once you find the cool people.
We met the Don in our episode.
Yeah, but not all of us could be so lucky to meet the Don. All we saw were racists.
That's pretty. That's fair. E-daters and
racists.
racists. That is what VR Chat is.
I do want to try it again. I'd love to try VR Chat again. I think that'd be a lot of fun, but maybe at an earlier time of the day when the actual like e-boys are on, the real e-boys.
Yeah, the boys.
Yeah. But games I've been playing in my personal time, this is a spoiler to a Let's Play that's upcoming, but Smooshy Come Home has really been doing it for me. That game is amazing.
I wanted to play that for a long... Like, I saw him advertising it on TikTok and stuff, and I was like, one of us is going to play that, because it looks really cool.
Yeah. It's going to be a 2-part series. It's coming hopefully soon. The other game, Subnautica, and then in my free time, really just Fortnite and BattleBit.
Okay.
Haven't been playing my 3DS as much.
Yeah,
dude, now.
That was such a... We should have a whole episode about like the 3DS and why it's so sad that it's gone. I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
I cry.
Okay, so for me, I just did... I won't spoil the whole video, but I just played a lot of Nintendo 64 games recently. And it will be in an upcoming video that I'm doing. I have a lot of thoughts about... And some of them are probably not going to be popular. because I played.
Uh-oh.
So just off rip for the video, I didn't play Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, or Super Mario 64 because I think all of those games deserve their own video. And I did consider, for the purpose of the video, that those games existed. And if I mean, it just would have been fun for like, once I explain like what the video is when it comes out, it'll make more sense. I could have just played Ocarina of Time the whole time, and that wasn't really fun. So like, it wasn't fun to not try other stuff. But there are some popular games in there that I did not like, that I feel like did not age well. So a lot of
I'm just curious. Any game in particular? I just like one take is all I kind of want to hear.
So
and then tell me the rest off camera.
Okay. So I'll just talk about the racing games strictly.
Oh no, I know what you're gonna say. I think
we played. So me and Nadia, if you guys don't know, my partner is also on this channel sometimes. She does a lot more like in the background kind of stuff, but me and Nadia both love Mario Kart. She like fell in love with Mario Kart 8. We played it a shitload. We love that game. Like that's a game that we like, and she is not a gamer, but she is super competitive. Like every time we play Mario Kart 8, she's actually pretty good at it. She will tell me, I'm going to fucking eviscerate you. And so she was like really excited when I said the thing that I was going to do for the video. And she's like, oh no, we should play Mario Kart, like the Mario Kart game from back then. And I was like, yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. So we played Mario Kart 64. It was fucking brutal, dude. It's not fun to me. Like, I think it was a rare case of the modern, like, quality of life things about the new Mario Kart just make it more fun. Like, I wasn't expecting it to have, like, like, all the characters or anything. Like, it wasn't that. It was, like, some of the maps are brutal, dude. If you fall...
Yeah.
Okay, in Mario Kart 8, if you fall... I don't know the exact time, so this is going to be exaggerations. But if you fall in Mario Kart 8... and like Lakitu picks you up and puts you back on the track, you could go for, if you're in first place, you might be in like 4th or 5th, maybe, if you struggle to get back like into the speed of things. In Mario Kart 64, if you fall and then he picks you up and then you go to land back on the thing, you have to like time the speed right, because if it doesn't work, you're going to like stall out. I went from 1st place to 8th place. Like the punishment for falling is so bad.
Yeah, it's like a get good kind of a thing.
No, it's
a good game.
It is. I do think that partially is probably just because we were frustrated, because there's also not catch-up mechanics as much. Like,
oh yeah, no.
Like in Mario Kart 8, if you start falling behind, they have like the missile dude, and then they have like all that stuff you can get to like your drop chances are better. There was times where I was in 8th place getting green shells. It was crazy.
Yeah, there were the 64 era was pretty brutal, I think, and the controller is not easy to use.
Yeah, so I won't talk about what game it is, but I did play a classic shooter, and it was like, once I got the hang of it, it was all right, but
yeah,
it was really
hard.
Yeah. So yeah, that was one of the racing takes. Overall, the racing games are kind of, then the other one that everybody said, so like I consulted a lot of like gaming news outlet posts and YouTube comments and Reddit posts. I was going through all this research to find, like,
as a good gamer would,
yeah, if in this limited amount of time, what can I play? So I found like Diddy Kong Racing. Everybody was like, hey, this is low key better than Mario Kart because there's planes and there's boats and it's like more fun. And so I tried that. And it fucking sucked. It was fucking bad.
Yeah, it's the worst game. Like, it's next to Superman. I think at least it's next to Superman 64. It's a piece of shit. But it's just the planes.
Yeah, the planes make it. But I will say that the surprise hit for me, and this is because I'm covering all the racing games real quick. F-Zero is hands down the best racing game on the Nintendo 64. F-Zero is fucking amazing. There's no items, which I thought I wasn't gonna like, but it's literally about like you go fast as fuck and you can die, and that was enough for me. Like the first time I blew Captain Falcon's fucking car up, I was like, oh, this is like heavy.
This is
and the soundtrack fucking kicks ass.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack's really good.
Like it's and there's 30 fucking cars on the track. Like that's impressive. Oh yeah, I love F-Zero. I'm playing F-Zero on my Steam Deck like all the time now.
I'm awful at racing games, but they're so highly glorified to me. It's just so sad to love a game so much and be so bad at it. The Nintendo 64 will make you feel that way. The thing that people say about old games are harder is true. Yeah, no. 100%.
I was playing every game on easy and I was losing to the computer. And I started to feel like maybe I'm the problem. Like Maybe I'm not having fun because I suck at video games.
Yeah, no, those games are built. I mean, like, try doing like the SNES era for a month. Like those games are near impossible. Like the original Mario is so hard. Like
Super
it's
Star
like
Wars.
Super Star Wars. Oh, that one
brutal.
really unlocked a memory. But man, I've never been good at racing games. I need to practice at shooters to be really good at them. And if I don't play a shooting game for like a month, I just can't do it again. Like it's so hard for me to get back into the groove. It's like when I was really good at Valorant for that little bit, and then I stopped playing for a month, and then it was like, oh shit, what happened? It's disgusting. Yeah. But yeah, it does suck to go to like a family function and be like, I'm gonna play Mario Kart, and then just get like my ass wiped and powdered by
by everybody,
your cousins. Yeah.
By your little silver-toothed cousins.
I know, yeah. The sly foxes.
Yeah. Other than the Nintendo 64 stuff, I don't want to list all those games because they're in the video. Yeah. Other than that, a couple of weeks ago, I beat Final Fantasy 16, which my review will be in the description of what like my thoughts. It is a divisive Final Fantasy game. Most of the modern ones are. I overall enjoyed it. It's got some rough stuff to it that I didn't enjoy that much, but overall I thought it was a good game.
Wait, how could you think that about a game?
Yeah, it's almost a perfect segue to the point we're going to talk about today. I also played a little bit of Diablo 4. I've tried Diablo a lot of times. I don't know if it's for me, but I'm going to give it I'm going to finish Diablo 4 either on stream or like in my personal life, and then I'll get back to you about it, but I don't think I'm going to enjoy it, and I think that's maybe just a me thing. I don't think it's a bad game. I just think I don't like it. Trying to think if there's BattleBit. I've been playing a lot of BattleBit with Backpack.
God, that game is so fun.
Yeah, BattleBit's really good. BattleBit is hands down the most fun I've had on a shooter. Other than Valorant, I know a lot of people shit on Valorant. Valorant is fun. But aside from I've had way more fun on BattleBit than I've had on Valorant, I think. I really enjoy the Battlefield 3 era of Battlefield, and I feel like BattleBit perfectly captures that. Yeah, I think that's it. That's really all I've been playing. I played Bratz Forever Diamonds today on stream. That was a hoot.
God, dude, God, I laughed so loud at work watching that shit. Man, like, God, it was, what part was it?
When I was in the makeup.
Yeah, it was when you were doing the makeup and you put the fucking Cheetos sprinkles all over her mouth, and then you did the Cheetos on her eyes. Dude, yeah. I laughed so hard I farted. Like I was sitting on the little lunch chair and I was eating my little ramen, or I had chow mein today. I'm just like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah. I'm glad. So like, I know when I play those kind of games, they're not going to be like the most popular, but I'm glad that I played that, and I am going to be playing a lot of like cursed retro games coming up. I have like, so I've been asking like people in my community. They want me to play the Barnyard game, so we're gonna do that. The Ratatouille.
The Barnyard.
Yeah, Ratatouille. I'm gonna play.
Ratatouille.
But yeah, I have like a lot of plans to stream some pretty cool retro shit on top of the series I'm doing. I think I'm gonna retire Outer Wilds for a little bit, just because I kind of feel like I've had my fun with it for now. And it's kind of a game I'd like to explore more on my own.
Okay.
But I think I'm in place that I'm gonna bring like a actual scary series to the channel.
Oh, what? Any hints?
I'm just torn between a couple of games: Alien Isolation, Amnesia, like any of them, but I guess preferably the first one. Or like Evil Within, maybe.
Okay.
Or playing through Resident Evil 7 again. I've already beat it before, but maybe playing through it again because it's been a couple years. Yeah, those are the ones I'm thinking of right now. Maybe Fear. I don't know. Fear is cool. I loved Fear as a kid. Yes. But Fear 3 is kind of... I think it's Fear 3 or Fear 2 has like a really fucked up scene that I wouldn't be able to stream, so...
I haven't heard of that.
I'll tell you about it off camera.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
It's pretty fucked up. If you know, you know. It's pretty fucked up.
I wanted to play that for my channel too, so I'm glad that you're bringing that up.
The first one doesn't have it in there. It's like the second one or the third one. It's the second one. I never played 3. It's the first one is just scary.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard.
I played all of them. I guess I've only played 2 of them. I've played all of them but 3.
Okay.
Because 3, I think you play as the bad guys, and I was like, that's not scary.
That's not scary. Man.
Yeah. So what Ryan was kind of alluding to earlier about how could you enjoy a game, but also find flaws in it. So we planned out a lot of episodes. Like we've talked about plans and stuff. The first one that really like inspired me to redo the podcast and stuff was actually a comment that I got on my Final Fantasy 16 review, which if you want to go see it, you can. It's still up. Like I didn't delete the comment or anything. It wasn't a bad comment. It's just like I think a point of view that a lot of people have. So I'll just to give a little bit of context. I enjoyed Final Fantasy 16 quite a bit. There are some things about it that I don't like. I think that while the combat is fun, it can also be boring when you're doing it for long stretches of time. I think the pacing issues are all over the place where it's like you go from like literally killing a god to like, hey, could you bake a loaf of bread for me? And it's like just really boring. Like the boring parts are really fucking boring.
Yeah.
I also was not a huge fan of like the not bringing, like I get they wanted to go the action RPG route. I'm not really a big fan of them taking away the party system. Like I wish that we would have had like party members instead of just characters that follow you around that can never be killed. But yeah, I overall like the game, but I do think that some of it was kind of rough. The commenter said, you have very valid criticisms about this game. I agree the combat can kind of just feel like boring through some stretches. The pacing is rough. And yet you said you had a really like wonderful time with it. How can those two things those two things don't line up? And it got me thinking, not just that person, but when I was doing my research for the video, originally I was going to include like negative and positive comments, because everybody knows if you go to Metacritic, it's like the worst fucking place to get like if you want to know what critic reviews are. I know some people say that critic reviews are out of touch. I don't really think that's true. I think they look at it from a like maybe not IGN, but like, you know, I think other publications look at it as from a technical, like all that kind of like professional standpoint, where it's like me as a person that's trying to help other people save money or like a game, I'm just going to be like, as an average person, I don't know fuck all about music production in terms of like video game soundtracks, but I thought it sounded nice. So I went to Metacritic to see like what other people were thinking about it, just to see like how the game was doing. And it's a C of 10s and 0s. So it's like, this game is so polarizing. Like, do I think Final Fantasy 16 is a 10? Absolutely not. Do I think it's a 0? Far from it. And it just got me thinking, like, there's this, so I do have like kind of a background in psychology. There's this concept called black and white thinking. It's exactly what it sounds like it is. It's typically like a lot of people with like personality disorders experience it, but all people kind of have moments where you have these like cognitive distortions that just don't really line up. Like, it's cognitive distortions are basically our brain's shortcut to make sense of situations like on a snap. And so when it comes to being a human, we have to like rate things. We have to like, everything has to be put in like a box. And so with the black and white thinking, we're like, well, you can't like something and also not like things about it. It has to be all good or all bad. And I just started to think, like, what is it about about video games that makes people feel that way? Like, you need to agree with me that all of this is shit. I didn't like the combat, so the whole fucking game is bad. Or, you know, you like the story but didn't like the combat, but you have to like the combat too. I just don't think I don't think it's realistic. I just don't think it's like a realistic thing.
Yeah.
It's not realistic. And there is no such thing as there are games that are masterpieces. They're not perfect. Like, I just think that's true. There are games that I love that I would give a 10 out of 10. I don't think that means they're perfect. I think there could still be something I don't like about them.
Dude, I checked the Fortnite item shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about it? Are you gonna spend money?
No, I'm not. I no, it's black and white. You know, Fortnite is a dog shit game. Fortnite is like one of the worst games I've ever played. Like, I just think it's awful. I don't know why. I just, whenever I play it, well, when I play it, dopamine releases for some reason. And I I just feel like I could be doing something better or playing like a game that's more worthwhile. When I play Valorant, I don't feel that way, but I know it's a shitty game too. And I think that's kind of I think some games are really good and some games are awful. And some games just have very both of those in them. And I think Valorant, it's not necessarily a Final Fantasy 16 by any means, but I think that Valorant is a good example of that because it is a very fun game. It is a very good game when you're good at it and you feel that dopamine hit, but it is the people who play it that ruin it. And I feel like Final Fantasy falls into the folly of that, of a large group of people feel that they are so entitled and right because they've played the fucking 15th one. That's the online one. That's the one that everyone praises.
14th.
14.
Yeah.
I don't play it, but every time anything is said about Final Fantasy, you always have one dumbass, one little Poindexter with their fucking pencil in their little pocket right here, their shirt pocket. That's no.
Yeah.
It's like, shut the fuck up, go back to the toilet, get your swirly. It's
That is kind of something I hate. Like, the, not to cut you off, but the gatekeeping thing with Final Fantasy, like anything that's long running is really fucking bad.
Yeah, it is. I've tried so many times to get into it or like to learn about it. And like, I like that you do Let's Plays of it and stuff because I don't feel like I would. I just not a game that I'm interested in, but I'm interested in the story. But whenever I've asked people like, what is Final Fantasy about or what is this, what is that? And then they're like, well, you can't just start there. And it's like, well, where the fuck do I start? I played the second one or the third one for the SNES. I don't remember which one's for the SNES or not, but I played that one. I didn't really know what the fuck was going on because I was a kid when I played it.
Yeah.
But I loved it. It was fun. I remember grinding for like the super weapon and stuff, and that was like a really big deal for me. But I think like people are just so biased based on like what other people say too, and this like it feeds into like the black and white thinking where like, here's another example. The Garden of Banban is a good game. Said no one ever. But it's like you have these people who are influencers or these people who are starting to gain wind as influencers, and then the big one finally plays the video game, and then they're like, oh my god, the bird that looks like a testicle just scared the hell out of me. Download this game now. And then usually it is the kids that are like, oh, this is just great. Let me buy a stuffed animal of this. And then everyone pivots because they see through this. And then they're like, this game is bad. And then it's just, you have these massive medias just following what everyone's saying. And even though it may be true that the game is really bad, maybe these people did really enjoy the game, I highly doubt it. The game is so shitty. Like, see, there's my gamer bias. There's my little gamer bias right there. But I think that the crowd dictates sometimes what is black and what is white. I'm trying to think of a good example.
Say that is a good example. I think Garden of Banban, I was really proud of you for like, I know I've told you outside of this, but I was really proud of you because so Backpack has struggled before, like I did too at one point, with like playing like these itch.io games that are dog shit. Like, they're bad games. Yeah. Sometimes they are bad games. And Backpack was like afraid because he was like, dude, if I was like this developer, I wouldn't want to hear somebody like shit on my game. Which is like valid. But I was really proud of him for the Garden of Banban thing because he played it and then he would like, outside of his stream, was like, that game fucking sucked. Like, it wasn't scary, it was dumb. And then I was like, yeah, just say that. Like, just say those things on your review, because ultimately, like, the reason that those developers are getting so gassed up and they're going to make like Garten of Banban 7012 is because all of these, like, it hit the algorithm because, yeah, like, it's okay if kids like that kind of shit because they're kids. Like, we all, when we were kids, we liked shitty games. We liked Bratz Forever Diamonds. And it's like, I think that, like, kids will just like, that's what mascot horror is for. Is for, like, sometimes it's for kids. Sometimes it can be kind of cool. But, like, then you have all these, like, kind of, like, YouTubers or people who, like, I'm not saying you can't enjoy the game if you actually enjoyed it. It just feels, like, really sellouty to be, like, hey, this, like, popular game that everybody likes, I also love it so much. This is, like, better than every game I've ever played. This, and then you see, like, the fucking, I know it's just clickbait for, like, I get it, trying to get people to view your video, but being like, this game scared the piss out of me. And then it's, like, when I was watching Backpack stream Garden of Banban, I was like, I have never been less scared in my life. Like, he could have, he might as well have been, like, dude, the fucking PS1 Teletubbies game was scarier than what you were playing.
That was a good game. That was a good game.
But yeah, it's just like, I think what you're, so like, my opinion on like the Fortnite, Valorant's, like the free, like, kind of shooter games, I think that Fortnite probably is a solid game. Like, I do think it's probably, like, I joke about it and like, oh, fuck Fortnite and whatever. It has good art style. Like, objectively, I think the art style is fine. I think it's just not for me. I've tried so many battle royales that I've just decided that genre is just really not for me. I've tried Apex, didn't really like it. Fortnite
is too hard.
Yeah, Fortnite didn't really like it. H1Z1 I thought was shitty.
Yeah, it was a shit game.
PUBG I thought was decent, but it just wasn't really for me.
Like PUBG.
But yeah, like, I just, overall, that genre of video game is just not my thing. But I think that, like, Valorant has, you know, there's issues and stuff like that. It's okay to, like, I think that so many people, like Backpack was saying, feel like I have to hate everything about this game. And then it's like, it also breaks down into so many levels of, like, you have, like, the hipsters that are like, well, I'm not going to like Fortnite because everyone likes it. Or then there's, like, the old Final Fantasy fans that, like, don't like anything that came out after, like, 1999. That are like, Final Fantasy died after fucking Final Fantasy 7 and everything after that is shit. And there is some good, like, you know, there's valid points to some of those arguments. But yeah, overall, like, I do think that it's like a multi-thing problem where it's like, there's gatekeepers, like with Final Fantasy, that are like really annoying, that are just like, you can't start with this one, you have to start with this one, or that combat system sucks ass, you have to start with this. It's like, dude, I've always said this. Same thing with like League of Legends players. When I've tried to get into League, a lot of League players are toxic as fuck. Like, you'll join and you'll suck, and then they'll be like, go play Dota. Go play this game. Go back and play a different game. You fucking suck. Leave. If nobody plays your fucking 13-year-old game, it will die. That game
it is.
Yeah, that game will cease to exist. If new players are not shown how to play, eventually it will go away. Like, that's why when people want to get into Final Fantasy, I used to be a gatekeeper. I had a friend that really wanted to get into Final Fantasy. He jumped in around 15. I think he jumped in on 15 because he was into, like, the action combat and stuff. And I remember telling him, oh, the action combat, it has nothing on the turn-based combat of the old ones. And then, like, if you start with this one, it is so dog shit. If you start with this one and enjoy it, you are a fake fan. And it's like, that he ended up not getting the game because of me. That's, like, fucked up. That's somebody who could have started with 15 and then went back.
You ruined Nintendo.
It's just like, dude, I still feel bad about that because Final Fantasy 15, after they've ironed some of the stuff out, I wish they would have been able to finish it the way they wanted to because it's not finished. But I enjoyed the cast of that game, and, like, I feel like it's okay to not like 16. It's okay to say that you don't like it, but it's just like, when that question was posed to me, and they're like, how can you like it? Like, people not being able to understand that it doesn't need to be polarizing. Like, it doesn't need to be all or nothing. That's, like, the whole point of, like, what black and white thinking is. It is applied to video games a lot. If you look at Metacritic and the like the player ratings, the user ratings, it is perfectly, like, that point is perfectly represented there, because it's, if people, like, what people would call, like, fanboys are just like 10 10 10 10 10, this is the best fucking Final Fantasy game of all time. And then that, like, positivity drives, like, the old gatekeepers of, like, I have to balance this shit out. I got to give it a 0 because this isn't the best Final Fantasy game ever. And like I have to try, so it's like you have all these tens, you have all these zeros, and the truth is it's somewhere in between. Now that somewhere in between is your opinion. Like that's okay. Some people are good for a Generation Pixel. Fucking hated it. That's fine. Probably would give it like a 1 or a 2.
Name dropping, man.
Well, no, it's just like I think that's fine. Like me and him both played the same game, and he didn't like it. That's okay. But we didn't question each other. Like each other's like, well, what do you mean by this? Like, what do you mean you didn't like the sound? I just feel like, overall, I'm glad that person asked that comment because it really got me thinking about this episode. And I just think that, I think another big thing that comes from, like that causes this black and white thinking too, is I've noticed this ever since No Man's Sky. I'm gonna tell a story about like I'm not friends with them anymore, but we like we used to play video games a lot together. So when No Man's Sky was announced, I wasn't super on the hype train at first. It was like a week away from being released, and my friend starts sending me all of this No Man's Sky shit. And I'm like, dude, this fucking sounds awesome. Like, it's gonna be like the greatest game ever. And then it came out, and it wasn't the greatest game ever. It wasn't the worst game ever, but it just wasn't like they lied. They straight up lied. They straight up lied about what was gonna be in the game.
Now it's really good though.
Yeah, and that's what I like. Over time, they really fixed that game. But starting out, I remember we both bought it, downloaded it on PS4, and we played a little bit together. And he was like, "This is the fucking greatest game ever, dude. I'm never gonna play anything else. This is the best thing I've ever fucking played in my entire life." And then I played it, and I was like, "This is literally like a worse Minecraft." Like, it's a prettier Minecraft, but it's a worse Minecraft.
Very
like,
pretty, yeah.
It's like you land on a planet. When it first came out, you get out, you fix your ship, you go to a planet to get fuel, to go to a planet, to get fuel, to go to a planet, to get fuel. That's all you fucking do. All you do is...
And the lore. There's a lot of lore.
Yeah, and that shit sucked. Like, you spend 25 minutes on a planet to get enough fuel to get to the next fucking planet. And then I got to the...
You learn alien words.
Oh, fuck me. That's awesome. Alien words that you can use to talk to like the 3 NPCs you'll come across at the time. It's better now. It's better now. But yeah, when it first came out, I was really disappointed. And I remember telling, like, one of my friends was like, one of our mutual friends was like, "Hey, should I get No Man's Sky?" And I was like, if I were you, I would wait until they either do updates and just wait till it's on sale because it's not worth $60. And our other friend was like, "Oh no, fuck that, dude. It's worth every penny. It's like the greatest game ever." And so I was like, I feel like he's lying to him. Like, I was like,
he is. He's deliberately lying.
I don't feel like he was deliberately. I just think he was like blinders on because he was even complaining about stuff. It's not even that I would have
hired by them.
by Hello Games.
Why?
But I think that he was even complaining about stuff, but then would immediately be like, "Well, it's okay. Like, it's fine." Like, he'd be like, "This is kind of boring, but it's okay. It'll get more fun."
That's like what I do.
Yeah, kind of. So our other friend was like, "Should I get No Man's Sky?" And I was like, "I would just wait, dude." And he asked me, "Well, what's it like?" I was like, "It's literally just Minecraft in space. That's it. And you can't even build anything, so it's kind of a worse Minecraft." And then he was like, my other friend that liked it was like, "Dude, it's not fucking Minecraft in space." Like,
it is.
And I was like, dude, he's like, "Just because you mine and you craft doesn't make it Minecraft." And then I was like, "Dude, you literally fucking just said mine and craft. Like, that's it. That's all you do in this game." And he like screamed at me. He was like,
"Really?"
He was like, "Somebody fucking say what I was gonna say." Ultimately, I feel like what he was doing was this thing that I call defending the purchase. People do this in all walks of all situations in their life, whether they're defending a person that treats them like shit, whether they buy a game that is shit. Amen. People struggle with defending their purchase, where it's like, if a game comes out that is objectively bad, I'm talking like Lord of the Rings Gollum bad. If a game comes out that's that bad, you will have people, and I'm not saying that there's not people that can't genuinely enjoy it, but you will have people that are like, yeah, that'd be a stretch. But there will be people who will defend, they feel like they're like embarrassed in a weird way. Like, well, I'm not stupid enough to get duped by this company. So no, this is the greatest game I've ever played. I can't let anyone know that I'm disappointed with this game, because then I will have been the dumb one. Which, it doesn't make you dumb, dude. They made, Gollum was rough. I don't know who thought that was going to be a good game.
Yeah.
But No Man's Sky, these motherfuckers were literally lying about shit. Like, allegedly. But it wasn't. Like now it's not a lie. No Man's Sky looks like a fucking awesome game, and I do want to play it for the channel to give it another shot. But at the time, it wouldn't have made him dumb to believe in what they were saying. Like, dude was literally like saying like, yeah, there's gonna be like multiplayer and pirate fights, and then it's because I think they thought maybe that they could add it before people would actually find each other because of the like scope of the game, and then those two players found each other and there wasn't multiplayer. So, but now it looks really fun, and I'm glad that they stuck around and they put their head down and just kept working on it, and it looks like a completely different game now.
So No Man's Sky is like a big. That is the reason why I don't pre-order games anymore, or I don't get hyped for games anymore, was because of that game. Me and a friend bought it because we thought it was multiplayer and we wanted to meet up in the game, you know, naturally. And we're in the game, we said what planets we were on, and then we were like, what the fuck? This doesn't work.
Yeah,
like, there's no way. And then when we went into space for the first time, which it takes like an hour to fix your ship. Like no matter, like even like now, I played it recently, like with now with a friend, just like while we were talking and catching up, and it takes like a fucking hour to get your ship off the first planet.
Yeah, it takes a while
because it's like that one material is always just like so far away, and the game is really good now, but I think I feel what you feel about Minecraft and No Man's Sky. I just think it's so boring when you play it by yourself. That's one game I can never play by myself. I think it is so fucking boring.
Yeah,
because it's such like it's like Astroneer kind of like when we played that, except it's like you can do more, but I just there's just something about it. But it's like I enjoy the game, but I just think it's super boring. But I still enjoy the game, like, you know, that's like...
Yeah, that's okay. Like, you can have complex feelings, like most people do. It's like, what you're basically... Like, for me with Minecraft, I can recognize that Minecraft is a game that was, like, revolutionary. It started that genre of, like, crafting, building. Those things literally became selling points for, like, you can build in this game. You can craft in this game. It's a survival game. Like, it literally crafted that genre, no pun intended, but, like, it literally made that genre. And it's like... Yeah. I can recognize that Minecraft is a good game, and it's a very free, like, open kind of game, and on PC it's really cool because all the mods and shit.
Yeah.
But it's like vanilla Minecraft for me, it's just not for me. Like I've tried it a bunch of times. I don't really have fun on it. But like I guess that's what I'm saying. It's like the black and white thing is that I can see why other people have fun with it. I just don't have fun with it. That doesn't mean I think it's the fucking worst game in the world. It's objective. It's kind of like the Fortnite thing. Looking from the outside in, I can admit that Fortnite looks cool. Like they look really, the skins are cool. It seems like the gunplay is okay. Like, it seems like a fine game. Like, it seems okay. I just don't like battle royales. And I really didn't like that one when building was in it because I was fucking horrible at it.
Yeah, but Zero Build is so much fun.
Yeah, I played it a couple times since they turned that on, and it was like, it was fine.
Yeah, we should maybe try that again.
I'd be okay with trying it, I guess. I still won't like it. I didn't like it when I played Zero Build very much, but I just don't like
because you didn't play with Backpack.
I just don't really like the 99 players be the last one alive. I just never really appealed to me. I like 4 players build a home. Like the forest, dude. Oh my god, Valheim. I wish they would like put out more content for that game because I really like Valheim.
Yeah, I think as this is just going back on topic because I was like, oh shit, we really derailed. But I think that it is okay to have like complex emotions and to like and dislike something both at the same time. I think it's insane that society kind of treats it like we should only like one thing. We either like it or we don't, and there's no in between. I think that's a bunch of bullshit because I don't know, like I could love like the taste of apple, but I could hate biting into the apple. I could love the taste of a banana, but I could hate the texture of it. It's like that is perfectly fine. Like you can exist and feel 2 different ways about something, but it's when it comes to the internet and the people who have like fucking no life and just have like dumb shit opinions that don't fucking matter. I just don't know why people cling to stuff that's like well, I guess you could say that about everything, but it is just so weird to see people like spend their whole life on like a fucking video game. Like that's if like I went on a Pikmin forum and I was like, my favorite Pikmin is the red Pikmin, and then people were like, do you have brain damage where you dropped as a child? The red Pikmin is insignificant compared to the new ice Pikmin. The ice Pikmin is far superior, but a nub like you, I expect it, you know. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like I just got here. I'm trying to get into it. It's something that mascot horror, a great example of it. You know, where it is like this game, and that's all it is, and then people hyper obsess over it and it becomes this thing. It's kind of like FNAF, where it's like you learn the lore if you play the games, but if you don't really play the games, it's like almost impossible to kind of understand that there's more than just like this I almost said the stupid talking robots, the talking robots, you know, the funny animatronics that try to kill you. It's the same thing with like Poppy's Playtime too. It has a really like awful developer, and just people like back it so much. Like I didn't know that when I played it, I guess like there are like a shit ton of controversies with it. Something really interesting that Tokyo Lotus, name dropping, actually said, a good friend. I guess they stole that entire concept from a indie developer, and they became so big that they just had no fighting chance, and they weren't able to secure the rights to the Huggy Wuggy, the big blue in Poppy Playtime.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really insane. And then like it is marketed a lot towards kids, and like it might not be the best thing for kids. I for sure will not be playing chapter 3. I have another video I'm working on about it though. I thought it was a really good video, so I really want to make it. It's about the Project Playtime, the multiplayer game that they have.
Yeah.
It is very fun. It's so fun, and it really makes me sad that like they really like just the creator is such an asshole. Even the John Wolf guy was like he talked about it. That's how Tokyo sent me his video, and I was like, oh shit, like yeah, no, it was a good video, but like it's just like god damn, like there's so much like shady stuff, and it's just over like a kid's game. Like FNAF is like that. Roblox, like some aspects of Roblox are definitely like, it's just communities really like ruin everything. It's like with Cuphead, the community ruined it so much because they were just so weird.
I feel that way about Undertale.
Yes.
I've wanted to play Undertale a lot. And I feel like seeing other streamers, like big streamers, play it, and having like the community come in and just be like, no, you have to make every choice that I made because I got the good ending. It's like, or just let me fuck up and figure it out. That is like, I have a whole other episode planned where we talk about fucking backseaters. It's so annoying. Like, we could go on for hours about fucking backseating. But yeah, I do think that's true. I think that it's a combination of just toxic, defend my purchase, my game, we have to defend this game. Like this game, people let things become a part of their personality. And to a certain extent, some of the games you do, like you do. But like, I like Final Fantasy, but if somebody says, I hated Final Fantasy, 10, which is my favorite one, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Like, I would ask them why. Like, what do you not like about it? Just so I could understand where they're coming from. But, like, I'm not gonna... Like, I've been down that toxic road of, like, gatekeeping. And, like, now if, like, any of my friends ask me, like, where should I start in Final Fantasy? You just have to give them, like... Like, I try to give them the gist of the... So, like, Final Fantasy X, it's kind of like a romance. Final Fantasy like 12 is about like kind of like anti-government, like the government is overstepping their boundaries and stuff.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 13 sucks.
Okay.
That's one of Jalen's favorite ones. I didn't like it, but I have my own qualms about it.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 15 is like the story of like a kid that like basically loses his country and like all like there's like some really like you just explain those things to people instead of being like, well, you have to start with 10 because that's my favorite one, and then they're like, okay, what's 10 about? And you're like, you have to just play it.
Yeah, no, that's how it goes. Like, I was so grateful when you explained Kingdom Hearts to me, because that's something I've always been curious about, but no one ever really explains it.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I don't even know if it's like a gate kept thing.
Oh,
I
dude.
just don't know.
Kingdom Hearts fans are cringe. Like,
Yeah.
they can't, like, I don't, sometimes Kingdom Hearts fans are super, I mean, just like with any fandom,
Mm.
the people that I find cringe about Kingdom Hearts are people that act like it's like the most groundbreaking narrative. It's like, it's okay to say, it's once again, it doesn't need to be black or white. I love Kingdom Hearts. It is cringe as fuck sometimes
Yeah,
because
it's really cringy.
it takes itself super serious. And part of that is why I love it. Part of the cringy campiness of like the friendship is my power and oh my god, eternal darkness. Everybody's saying dankness throughout the whole game. Like that's why I love
Dankness.
it. I feel like that's another thing. I think it shows insecurity when you, and like I said, everybody, me and Backpack in our own lives are guilty of black and white thinking. Everybody is at some
Oh
point.
yeah, no,
But
definitely.
I think that when it comes to defending the things that you like that and getting upset with people, I feel like that shows insecurity of being like, I can't really
It's
get
just
into
fear of
it.
like change too,
Yeah, I can't really get into this because it's like kind of drama-y, but like there was like a person that we used to know that was kind of like that, and it's like, dude, like Backpack believes in a lot of the same shit that this person believes in. It's like I'll just say it was like crystals and shit. Backpack believes in that shit too, but
Yeah,
he's
I love
able.
my crystals,
So
bro.
does Nadia. But Nadia is able to like laugh at like she's like I can't believe that bitches really be talking to rocks just as like a joke like she just jokes around
Yeah.
about it. There are people that get the stick so far up their fucking ass, dude. Like you can't make fun of Final Fantasy. It's the greatest fucking game franchise of all time. You can't make fun of any of the Pokemon. You know, I have to love every Pokemon. It's like, dude, sometimes Pokemon has shitty Pokemon designs. It's okay.
It's just when I feel, at least, when people really cling onto an idea and they get upset when people don't agree or when points are proven against other things that they believe in, I feel like it's their disingenuine belief. Like, if I. The backrooms is trending. It's not anymore, but let's just say, like, the backrooms is trending. I do all this research on the back rooms so that I could become like so knowledgeable about it. And then somebody points out a flaw in the story of the back rooms. And then I get really upset and I'm like, no, the back rooms is perfect. Like, this is great. Then I feel when someone is like, no, it is really great. Like, I am getting like mad that you don't believe like it's as great as I think it's disingenuine. I think you're forcing yourself to love it when it's not really that,
Or
like,
you're
you
just
don't really
like
think it's that great.
you're like making it a part of you, like weirdly. Like
Yeah,
you take
for
somebody
no
dissing
reason.
like what you like as like a personal attack. Like yeah,
Yeah,
I don't really like
exactly.
if somebody's
Yeah.
like, I don't like backroom games, and you're like, well, you're a fucking idiot. It's like, okay, I didn't know
Well,
that
you
me
might
not.
be. They're very good. Some.
I didn't know that me not liking the backrooms like hurt you. Jeez.
You
Yeah.
could even do.
Overall, I just feel like it seems like this divisive, polarized thinking. Like video games are expensive, and
Oh
we don't.
yeah.
It's like an expensive hobby, and you don't want to think like. I understand the people that defend their purchase, even though it's like cringe. It's like you don't want to
Hmm.
think that you wasted your time and your money because other than Steam, there's not a whole lot of refund ability, and even with Steam,
Yeah.
you only got 2 hours. So it's like I feel like it. I understand where they're coming from, but it's just like, yeah, dude, two things can be true at once. You can like things about a game and not like other things. Sea of Thieves is like, I know we just keep giving examples. Sea of
God, I
Thieves is a
love Sea
game.
of
It's
Thieves.
beautiful. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
It's really relaxing to just sail around. I felt like there was nothing to fucking do. I felt like the
Yeah.
quests
There's
kind of
not.
suck. I just like getting
Yeah,
on
they
there and just
do.
vibe. That's all I like to do. I don't really like to do the
I just like
quests.
to role play as pirates and just talk to you guys and just
Yeah.
like sail, sail, sail.
Yeah, it's fun.
But a good way to piss off a Valorant player is just be like, God, you bought skins for this game and you're this bad. I've said that to a few people. I have never seen anyone get so mad in my entire life over a video game. And that it's just the most simple thing. You don't even have to say it in a tone or anything. You just say, God, you bought skins and you're this bad at the game. And
Me buying
they
skins and being bad at the game.
no, but it's like, but no, but it's the defending the purchase.
Yeah.
It's like, I love this game so much. I want to be so good at this game. I'm practicing at this game. And I really don't feel like my purchase was really worth it because it's a fucking cosmetic in a game.
And
I'm guilty of this. No, I'm guilty of this. I bought skins in Fortnite recently. Like, this is the first time I've really done like a microtransaction, like for a video game. And it's just like, geez, like people really like, I bought the Fortnite skin knowing that it was a waste of money. Like, I went in, like, if people are like, oh, you bought a skin, then I'll be like, yeah, it's a skin that I wanted. It's a skin that I like. I like wouldn't have bought it if I didn't like it. I'm not going to go buy the stupid fucking Spider-Man skin. Like, I love Spider-Man, I do. But like, I mean, come on. I'm not going to buy a fucking Spider-Man fucking little Marvel skin. I'm not going to put it in the pockets of them. But it's like, God, is this people are so like oddly sensitive about like buying stuff when it's literally like that's like if I went, God, you went to the store to buy fruit and you stuck at eating it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know a real world example. Or like you bought like like you bought Louis Vuitton and you're like dumb.
I don't think there is another equivalent. I guess you could be like, damn, you bought art supplies and you fucking suck at drawing.
But then it's like, at least you're, I guess, yeah, that's like a real world example of like, yeah. And it's like, yeah, you're perfecting the craft. Like, that would hurt. Like, the art one would hurt. But I guess it's like the same thing for Valorant. You're just trying to get good. You're trying to get better at
it's
the
like
game.
Motivation. It's like, I just bought a cool $50 fucking overpriced skin, but it makes me look cool and I stand out now. And now
I think that's really cool. Like what you just said, because I'm gonna be honest, like I never really thought of it that way. Like, yeah, I'll buy the skin to motivate myself to be better, but I believe that not a lot of people think like that.
No,
I think
probably
a lot
not.
of people just buy it and they're like, oh, and then they do the inspect thing and they're like,
yeah, they're like they fucking are inspecting and then they get fucking sniped from across the map.
And then they're like, oh, and then you have some asshole like me that's like, damn. But
skins.
it's because they're always but it's literally because everyone loves to talk shit. Everyone loves to talk so much game, and then it's like once the fucking bottom fragger says something back, and then he gets to the top of the leaderboard, then you're like, oh, fuck.
we should not have mistreated this person.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah,
but I mean, fuck them. But if you're gonna buy a skin, just make sure you're gonna play the game for a very long time, or it's just something that you like a lot.
Yeah, I think it's okay. It's okay to like, even if you suck, it's okay to buy skins if it's a.
Oh yeah,
man, I played Valorant for like 50 hours. I'm gonna give them $50 because I play this game a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, like, when this is so ugly, but like I remember like I felt really bad about my purchase in Fortnite. And I was like, at first I was like, because I bought it when my girlfriend was over and I was all embarrassed, and she was like, oh, I'll buy one too. And then I bought it, and then she was like, no, I'm not gonna buy one.
Damn, she
like,
got
you. You little. And but no, then I played it with I played it on stream that one time when I was supposed to be playing Subnautica.
Yeah.
And I was playing the game and I had the skin. I was like, God, this skin is really cool. I'm really happy I have this. Like, it may not be like the craziest thing in the world, but while I'm playing the game, I admire the skin. It's very like cool, and it's something that I really like. And if someone were to tell me like, God, you bought that and you suck at the game, I'd be like, yeah,
I do suck.
I do. I don't regret the purchase. Yeah. I knew I was wasting the money, but yeah, it's especially with video games. Like, as soon as you call a video game dog shit, people will flock in numbers just to be like, ooh, no, you're dumb. You're dumb.
You're bad.
Especially Dark Souls. If you say a Dark Souls suck, like any of them, like even 2 now, like you can't even talk shit on 2 now. People will be like, like, they'll go crazy. They'll fucking lose. I was talking with someone who always has the opposite opinion, because I just, at this point, I'm just like, they want to be indie, like 100% indie. And
hipster.
I was like, Dark Souls 2. I hate Dark Souls 2. I don't like it. I don't think it's fun. And they were like, oh, I like it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they were like, yeah, there's a lot of good things that most people don't see in the game. Like, and it was just kind of like that, that oddly like, oh yeah, I know more than you because you've never really played a Dark Souls game. And I have. I love D1. Dark Souls 1 is the best. Demon Souls, I love it. I even like, I don't, Dark Souls 3 is okay. You know,
Elden Ring was goated.
I need to still play that one. And it is honestly rich to see, like, me and this person are acquaintances. We're not friends by any means. I don't really believe, but it is just insane to see that they talk so much shit on Elden Ring, saying like this is pushing away from the Dark Souls series, and now they're playing Elden Ring. Like I hop on Discord and all I see them playing is Elden Ring, and I'm like, that is fucking rich. That is fucking
It's also
rich,
weird.
Mr. Dark Souls 2.
It's pushing away from the Dark Souls series. Like, it's not a Dark Souls game.
It's Elden Ring.
Yeah, can you not fucking read?
It, I mean, it technically is like set in that universe, but at the same time, it's like, why do you want to play the same game forever?
Yeah, they just tried something different and it worked.
Go play Dark Souls 1.
In the words of that person, I guess there's just some things that most people saw in that game in Elden Ring.
Oh man, it's just like, I get it. Like, you can like Dark Souls 2. I really don't fucking care. Like, I really don't. But it's literally once you start making your opinion harmful to others, where it's like it's like, oh, my brain hurts because it's so big, and only I can really understand the complexity of Dark Souls 2, when it's like the bosses are so easy in that game. All of the bosses are so easy. It's literally like the land enemies, like the minions that are so like tough, and it's not even fun because it's not even fair like half the time. And I don't think Dark Souls 3 is hard enough. Like, that's my personal opinion. I don't think Dark Souls 3 is hard enough, but I'm like a masochist when it comes to those games. And it's like, it doesn't matter. I like Dark Souls 1. That's my favorite one out of all of them, because I really love the story, and I love the vibe, and I love the pacing, and I love the difficulty between the normal minions and the bosses. And I think it's very creative. And I think Dark Souls 2 kind of lost wind because all the bosses kind of feel the same. I think Dark Souls 3 did better, but it's just much easier. Demon Souls is just cheap. You have to glitch the game to win. I loved that as a kid for whatever fucking reason. It made me feel like a goddamn genius, goddamn Einstein, Oppenheimer reference. But
oh my god.
But it's like, I don't know. It's just like, some people just really have like the worst opinions, like on purpose too. It's almost like, this is very relevant. Oh, Twitter sucks, because it does, but I still tweet like every day. Every day I fucking tweet. I'm on the toilet, I'm like, ooh, flowers smell good, or some stupid shit. Like, I always tweet like what's on my mind. And then but I know the state of Twitter is awful. I know, like, the fucking dumbass musky vagina is fucking like everything up, you know? And then you have those people who just want to go against everything for no fucking reason. And it is the most black and white thing, because it makes people black and white. Twitter sucks, I'm still going to use it. And then you have the person who goes against it and is like, nope, I'm against everything you're against. I will be the white. And then you become the black because you have those conflicting. It sounds really wrong, actually, now that I'm saying it. It sounds very wrong, but you understand what I mean. It makes people jaded. It makes people one-sided. It doesn't give people the leverage to have the dimension, because when you're in an argument, and we've been in many with each other, you think so fast to come up with that next response that sometimes you don't think multi-dimensionally about things. And that's what I really appreciate about the friendship, is because sometimes we like think outside of the box. We have that time to think, have funny little quips, you know, every now and again.
Little quips, yeah.
But it is, especially with Twitter, and I've noticed this in a lot of like the forums, is someone will say something absolutely ridiculous, and then the other person will disagree with points that may support like a personal opinion, and then eventually it just becomes lumped into one shit and then the other shit, and it's just two stinking shits. It doesn't even matter at the end of the day. Twitter is fucking awful.
Yeah, I do think that Oh, I was gonna say, I was thinking this whole time
What?
about a game that kind of perfectly encapsulates this point.
Oh,
I think a good time, a good example of where people came together, not all, but
that'd be funny if you said Guardian Band. I
I
just
know
think that'd be
people
so
came
fucked.
together as like I heard this a lot, and I'm excited to play this on stream as like one of my next
Oh,
bigger games. But um, people said this a lot about this game, and it was that when Pokemon Violet and Scarlet came out,
mm,
every the thing that I heard the most from people is it looks like shit. This is the ugly one of the ugliest Pokemon games I've ever played. It's also the most fun I've ever had playing a Pokemon game, like the
yeah.
last like 15 years.
Hmm.
And I think that that is a perfect. The game has bugs, it has glitches, it looks like dog shit,
Yeah.
but it's fun. Like that's
Yeah,
cool that
no,
you
that
can
is
challenge
a
the gyms out of order and that you can do like different parts of the story. Like the story is still
yeah.
basically Pokemon. Like it's like there's an evil
Gotta catch them
team and
all.
there's a gym and then there's like legendary
Hmm.
Pokemon you can hunt. But you can do those things in any order, and I think that's like really cool.
That is really cool. I actually really enjoyed that game. My girlfriend bought me that for I think a year ago for for our anniversary.
Mm.
But it was a fun game. Like I personally prefer Legends Arceus. I think that game is masterfully done. I don't know. That game did it for me, but Scarlet, I didn't really give as much time, but I did enjoy the times that I played it. I wanted to see the bugs so bad because, and it made it fun. But it's like that's the thing. It's like I enjoy bad things, but you can. You
Yeah.
can enjoy bad things. Like I will sometimes hop on Amazon, like Amazon the Prime Video, and I'll look it up like the dumbest thing I could think. There was one movie that I watched called Lamageddon. It was an hour and 30 minutes long. It was the worst movie I've ever seen to this date. And I enjoyed it. It was an awful movie. I won't watch it again unless I'm like super high or like with friends or something, or well that those two things have to be together.
Yeah.
But it's like or Velocipaster 2. They made two of them. It's no, it's crazy. It's a good movie. It's a fucking terrible movie, but it's fun because it's so bad. It's a priest goes to China to convert, people in China to Christianity. But under the moon, he turns into a velociraptor,
That's so
and
stupid.
he kills the heathens that don't believe in the good gospel. They made two of them.
That's crazy.
We should watch those. They're really fun. They're
Yeah,
very
I think
fun.
that in closing, this is
In
just us
closing,
this is us giving you permission to you can enjoy things and also feel negative things about them. You don't
exactly.
have to like or hate everything.
Mm.
You can play a game and think jolly gee whiz, the flying mechanics were fun. I didn't like the
Superman
voice acting.
64.
The flying mechanics were fun, but I didn't like the fightings. The fightings were
Yeah,
bad, or
the fightings were
it's
so
okay.
bad.
It's okay. You know what?
Okay, little
Leave in
baby.
the comments if you have any
Hot
opinions, like
takes.
complex takes about games. Go ahead and put them. We'll listen. And if you're listening to this on a different platform in the future that's not YouTube, just know that your secrets are safe with us. It's
Put
this is
something really controversial in the comments
yeah about games about
about
games.
games.
Somebody's like Metal Gear
I know
Solid
somebody
sucks.
started typing. I
Somebody's
heard
like
someone typing. I heard
hot
the
takes.
keyboard. Like,
Somebody's like Metal Gear Solid's the worst gaming franchise, and we're just like, right, you're banned. But
do you like Metal Gear? I like Metal Gear.
I've only played 4 and 5,
Okay.
and Vengeance or Revengeance, or whatever it's called. But
Oh,
I barely played any Revengeance. I rented it as a kid.
you should try
Uh,
playing the one for the 3DS. That one's really fun.
I played 4 and I beat it, but at the time I was a cutscene skipper, so I don't remember anything about that game. And then at 5,
You have
5 I
to watch
loved.
the.
Dude,
Yeah,
5
5 was really
I'm gonna
good.
I'm gonna stream a whole playthrough of 5. I love 5.
Yeah, 5 was really fucking good.
But all right, man. I think
Yeah,
I really thank you for being for doing this with me.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to having 10 years of this to go back on and just
I
watch.
want I want to get to part 1,000 on this pod. That is actually like a goal. And then
It,
one day when we're a little bit older, we can come back and we could be like, wow,
For us to get to part 1,000, we're gonna have to do a weekly thing. But we're gonna start just twice a month for right now.
How about let's get to part 100? That's the first goal. No, first goal, part 10.
Yeah, part 10.
Second goal, part 50. Third goal, 100.
If we get to part 10 and you guys are enjoying this, we'll start doing them weekly if we can.
Yeah, we could do it weekly.
Okay.
I'll set some time aside. You know me.
Also, I have a big announcement to do.
I have a bigger one, but I'll let you go first.
Okay, thanks.
I don't have an announcement.
I have merch dropping for the channel on the 27th, which is the anniversary of my son passing away. So I have merch coming out. If you want some limited edition Ploop merch, it will only be out from the 27th of July until the 27th of August. So 30 days. I will release the designs. I'm not going to show them yet, but it is hoodies, t-shirts, and stickers of 2 varieties. They're summer themed. If you want to pick them up, cool. All the money that gets made from that goes back into the channel and like buying new equipment or, you know, whatever.
Paying backpack. I'm just kidding.
Paying backpack for his appearance instead
I'm
of
joking.
paying him in McNuggets. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support.
Yeah.
We're Ploop is nearing 300 subs, which is crazy.
Woo! I know you guys are 20 away.
Yeah, we're nearing 300 subs. That's insane. Ryan has exploded on small YouTube recently with his VODs. Some of his VODs are getting like more views than most people's videos, which is insane for a VOD to do that well.
It's a weird feeling.
Make sure you're
But I
subscribed.
love it.
Yeah, make sure you're subscribed to Backpack Comics. He's
To both of us.
yeah, sure, but mostly Backpack because
but mostly Ploop too.
Make sure you're subscribed to both channels so you can grow with us.
There you go.
And we will see you guys in the next episode of Dad's Fighting. Thank you so much.
We should have a funny sign off where we're like, come here. I don't know. That was really bad. You know, we can workshop it. Oh my god. That was so bad. Oh.